Welcome to the regular meeting of the Danville Architectural Heritage Board, Wednesday, April the 18th, at 9:32 a.m. Has anyone, or everyone, I should say, had a chance to review the minutes of the previous meeting from March 21st?
Okay.
Have a motion to approve. Do I hear I have a second from Julie. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None? Thank you very much. Third item on the agenda is election of officers. I would probably entertain the suggestion to postpone again just because there's so few of us. Bridget, do you have a thought on that?
Okay, but if we go another time, we're just going to have to vote, because I'm not sure we're ever going to have 7 of you here at one time.
I'd like to have more than 4.
I understand. I'm just saying, this is
Either that or I'll nominate Von Fry.
this is the second or
for
third time
chair.
that we've had it happen.
Do they have to be present to be nominated and
Nope.
elected?
Not that I'm aware.
We'll show him.
Okay, we'll try it one more time, but if there's not enough next time, we're going to have to vote, because we're
Okay.
out of compliance with our ordinance.
You remind me of that next time, and we'll,
So I'll make a motion that we table that. Do you need a motion?
yes,
Okay.
I think we should. I have a motion to table. Do I have a second?
Melody.
Have a second from Melanie? All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much. Now to the business at hand. 198 West Broadway, Kentucky Utilities. Anyone here representing? Yes, ma'am. If you would just step up and tell us who you are and what you're requesting, please.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Ellen Schultes. I work with Kentucky Utilities. I'm here to discuss the installation of a new sign at our customer service center at 198 Broadway Street. The existing sign is not illuminated, so we will not be replacing with an illuminated sign. We will just be replacing the existing sign with a little bit more modern look, has some red on it. It'll be comparable in size to the one that's there now. It'll be a little bit slimmer and taller versus the shorter and like wider version that's up there now. I have some photos on this iPad if you all would like to see them.
I think we have what
Okay,
we have
do
in
you
the
ha-
packet, I believe.
Yeah, Bridget was discussing with the contractor that we're utilizing, Commonwealth Sign Company out of Louisville. They'll be doing the install. So I don't know if they sent you renderings or not. I can email them to you guys, or I can show them to you guys.
Yes, they did send us
Okay.
pictures of, does that look like what you're looking at?
Yes, that's correct. So the darker gray on those photos, I know they're not in color. That would be the red, and it's our branding group out of Louisville, Corporate Branding, issued the KU red color. So it should coordinate with all of our company stuff.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you, you do not want it to be illuminated, internally illuminated, because the contractor said that they were going to.
We
internally.
do, at our other facilities that we're allowed to illuminate, and there's existing illumination, we would like to illuminate them. The KU part would illuminate, as well as the PPL company underneath of the KU logo, and then Customer Service Center would light up at the top. I know that we're in a historical district at the Customer Service Center, so if that's not
So
approved,
you do
that's
want it
okay.
internally illuminated.
If possible, I think that would look nice.
Right.
And then I would also discuss that with the business office manager and make sure that wouldn't bother our neighbors across the street. It's LED, it's not super bright, but, so if possible, if we're asking for it all, I would like the sign and it to be illuminated. If we can't have illumination, then I would just request that we can replace the sign.
Okay.
There you go. That's, as I've said in the
What
staff.
are your findings, Joni?
The staff report is that illumination is not appropriate within the historic district, and there's some precedent for that.
Okay.
So But if they're fine with not illuminating, otherwise, the sign is fine by our standards.
It sounds like without illumination, they're within the guidelines then. Do I have,
I move that we accept the proposal without illumination, as since the business office is not open at night and it doesn't provide emergency health services or anything like that, I think
Okay.
we should not, there's no reason to vary from the ordinance.
then there seems to be plenty of street lighting there at night, so the area is lit pretty well for safety and such, so, okay. I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No opposed? Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Good luck with your new sign.
Thanks.
Second item on the agenda is 126 Church Street, and I believe that was Miss Rhonda Reeves. I don't think we have anyone, is there anything, what do we know about it, Johnny?
Well, they did the work already, as you can see. It looks to me that it was a large two-bay garage at some point that's been enclosed. It's not a contributing building. I think we probably just should approve the work
And it
as
was
it
almost
is.
more repair than it was.
Well, they did replace the entire, the fascia board on that entrance, but again, it was a big bay garage that at some point has been repaired. When I look back through the PVA some years ago, it was obviously garage openings, so they 2x4 framed it in, and at some point in its history, and put this door and window in it, and
Okay.
apparently that had rotted. And from the pictures that I can see that Bridget took that day, it looks like they just had some sort of siding on it to begin with. And
was my question.
since it's not contributing, I don't, they should have gotten a COA, but I think we should just go on and approve work as it is.
Julie, I'm trying to remember if we dug back, I want to say we had an issue with that years ago on some repairs.
Yeah.
Because when she mentioned
Yeah.
garage bay, the
Yeah.
little bell rang
Yeah,
somewhere.
I think when Two Roads was there, before we expanded the district, or right after.
Maybe
there
right
was some
after.
third- Yeah. I'll make a motion, we approve it.
Okay, have a motion to approve, have a motion to second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. None opposed? All right. If you'll let the proper folks know.
We will.
Any project updates that we're working on?
Well, yeah, we wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Wilderness Road nomination. We have the CRA Cultural Resource Analysis is in place, and they're working on it. I've talked to Trent Spurlock several times. Good guy, and I've known him since grad school, and I'm glad he's on the project. I went over there, spent a good half a day, took pictures of all the structures. There looks like there are 3 that are condemned for the city. So I'm hoping maybe that this process will help get those more highlighted, and hopefully something good can come of that. It's a cool district. I mean, it's got all kinds of different structures. It looks like maybe from the early to mid-1800s up to 1920, 1930. I know that Trent probably wants to talk to Julie a little bit more about the history of it, because I'm not that well-versed. I didn't write the grant, and I don't know the history of that area as well. But it's moving along now, so I suspect that we'll see that done sooner than later.
Right.
And of course, we're waiting on our grants that we've applied for, the CRA, or the Cultural Resource Surveyor, that the acronym always messes me up. They're waiting for the National Preservation Alliance to get back with them, but I suspect to see some movement on that pretty soon, so. And then we don't know about our new grants, but hopefully soon. I think we're in line for those. So all in all, we're moving forward. The only other thing I want to get Willis Russell House moving, and get it more towards getting, especially with Preservation Month coming up, I'd like to see us get that for the Landmark Trust taken care of, because I think it's a no-brainer once we get all the functionings down, so.
Is there anything we're supposed to be doing? Are you waiting on us, or?
Well, no, we've got to have a hearing,
Okay.
and I'll let Bridget speak more to
Okay.
that, but I think maybe we can get that worked out.
Yeah, that's what we're working on. We'll have to have a hearing, and planning and zoning will have to have a hearing, so we're going to try to finalize those details, and we'll be back in touch to schedule a day with you all to do a hearing, and then we can go from there. Then it eventually has to get to the city commission for them to approve it, but,
See, we have some redundancy in hearings.
yeah, we've talked with the city attorney because we need to kind of fix our ordinance a little bit. It's just redundant on the process between planning and zoning and us. So hopefully we can figure that out because it gets very confusing for the public when we're having a public hearing and we're putting signs out and planning and zoning's having a public hearing, they're putting signs out. It's duplicative in nature. So we need to figure out what we can do there and see what we can change to fix that. But so we'll be coming back to you in the next few weeks with
Okay.
a date to do
Along
that.
those lines, would a and this is maybe out in the weeds a little bit, but kind of more of a curiosity question, and it actually came up as we were doing the MLK walk-around Sunday. Up the street from Willis Russell House is the old White House. I can't describe it. It's an old white frame house, but it's very old. And come to find out, it had been deeded to urban renewal for years and was just recently discovered not to have been deeded back to the city, but now deeded to St. James AM&E, maybe. Is this ringing a bell?
I'm afraid
And I'm
not.
like, if there's anything on that street that ought to be, you know where I'm talking about, Denise? It's probably a structure that's worthy of, but I can't even tell you who owns it right now.
Well, the owner needs to request for it to be brought into the district, and they would have to come in front of you guys and make that request. I guess we need to find out who owns it. So-
It's more of a curiosity question, because if we're doing Willis Russell, it's like, gee, maybe this is part of that whole, I just don't know.
In relation to Willis Russell, where is it? Is it 2 houses up, 3
Two
houses?
houses up, isn't it, Denise? I think.
I think so, and Mr. Atkins actually has some information on that from Mr. Taylor, I believe his name is, the older African-American gentleman.
I think it was George Coomer was explaining it to me, that when they did the urban renewal back in the 60s, it was deeded to urban renewal, and the deed had just been lost, I guess, for all these years. The church kind of took care of it, I think.
Yeah, the church has been taking care of it, but I think they don't want to really do that anymore, and they want to get it into someone else's hands, and nobody seems to know how to do that. But Mr. Atkins has some information on that.
I'll give you my card.
Okay.
Tell them to email me, and, I mean, the first step in getting anything into the district, obviously, is figuring out the deed of ownership or the chain of ownership, because they're the ones that will need to request it. But I'll be happy to go and look at it for one, because I don't remember the house, honestly. I've looked at that
I
street
had
a million
never, I
times.
knew it was there, had looked at it, but until George mentioned to me the circumstances, and immediately the bells went off. It's like, ooh, this is one of those that can fall through the cracks, get demolished, and
Yeah.
then 6 months later, we're going, dang, we really dropped the ball on that.
Well, I'll be happy to work with them and see what we can find out.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I can go ask the owner, hey,
That
you
was
want this to
kind of
be in
not
the
on the
district?
agenda, but was kind of related to
No, that's
to the
okay.
Willis Russell, and it's like,
What's preservation? That's what we do,
It is.
right?
okay.
Tom, is it next to St. James? Is it right next to, because there's something in the district already in that area, and I think it's St. James.
I think it's St. James.
So is it right next door?
No,
It's up a
like
few?
2 doors up
Okay.
or so up the hill.
Okay.
Is it 2-story, kind of a center hall house?
And got a lot of gingerbread type work
Oh, okay,
around
all
on
right.
it. And it's just,
Okay.
it's a pretty,
Tom, are you talking about the house to the right of the A&M church?
yes. It's up, if you're looking at AM&E, it's to the right,
right.
about 2 doors
White
up.
House,
Yes,
Zach Diamond bought that, they passed on.
okay.
Zach Diamonds, okay.
Actually, I did hear it had gone to master commissioner sale, I think. Is that correct?
Well, it probably was because the church had taken care of it for so long, and because of
Yeah, I know
all
where that
this
is.
with urban renewal,
Mm-hmm.
somehow it got up, Gammon bought it, Zach got it.
Okay,
In fact,
okay.
He bought it early last year because he had a mowing crew mowing the grass.
Apex Plumbing, the local business?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Look at the map, too.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll look at it.
It's kind of interesting.
I
Okay.
need to go over there and walk around and,
Pardon me for that aside.
no, that's okay. Get a pretty day that's not,
That's it.
You
That's
know,
a
go over and
good
troll
excuse to
around.
go look at property next to the park there. Anything else that we need to bring up? Thank everyone. I want to thank Denise and Steve. Thank you, guys.
What EDT meeting got over with.
Did it? Okay. All right, cool. You mean we were second choice? Gee, we feel crushed.
Nelson about making the meeting shorter. He wasn't there today, so it was shorter.
There you go, there you go. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Melanie?
I make a
Melanie?
motion.
Second, Dana? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all. Have a great day. Good luck to Kentucky Utilities. Thank you, ma'am.
No, I